99% of the AI content you see is generic garbage that will never make a sale. Today, I'm giving you the blueprint for the 1% that actually works. The problem isn't the AI, it's the lack of system behind it. Most people just throw a lazy prompt at a chatbot. They are then surprised when the output is soulless, off-brand, and completely ineffective. You've probably felt that frustration yourself. It's a waste of time and it makes you doubt if AI can truly work for your business. That's why today, using the powerful no-code automation platform n8n, we're not just building another workflow. We're architecting your AI sales engine. This is the system for the 1%. It's a machine that can sell virtually anything because it doesn't just create. It translates your raw customer data, their actual pain points, their deepest desires, and the exact words they use into persuasive content that speaks directly to them. In this video, I'll show you exactly how this system takes a single command and transforms it into a ready-to-publish multi-post campaign in minutes. Then lets you share it across all your social media platforms with a single click. And this is just the beginning. Once you have this blueprint, you can create specialist agents for your emails, your ads, even your long-form blog posts. Alright, enough talk. Let's see what it can do. For this demo, I invented a brand called Black Box Vitamins. The vibe is rebellious and a bit futuristic. This AI system already has access to the brand's entire brain, its product catalog, our latest customer research, and a database of all previous content so it never repeats itself. All I have to do is give it a mission. Let's ask it for some ideas for one of our products. That's it. Right now, the AI Content Manager has received my request. It instantly called its Think tool to remind it exactly what to do in which order. Then it's calling its specialist, the AI Content Strategist. This agent isn't just brainstorming, it's diving into our customer data, identifying real pain points, and strategically connecting them to our product. This is real, data-driven marketing done in seconds. And here we go. 3 complete high-level campaign ideas. Each has a unique title, a core concept, and solves a specific customer problem. It even gives us an executive recommendation, telling us which idea it thinks has the most potential based on the data. Let's go with eliminate brain lag. It's a fun concept and perfectly nails the feeling of brain fog. Now, this is the magic moment. The manager knows this is the final approval, not a request for more ideas. So it takes the entire blueprint for that campaign and sends it to our content creator. The creator is now writing 3 on-brand captions. Simultaneously, it's generating 3 hyper-detailed image prompts, engineered for GPT-Image 1 to create eye-catching visuals for our content. And there it is. A complete 3-post micro-campaign was created. We have the copy and the images. This is a complete, ready-to-go campaign, created from a single sentence. But how do we share this with the world without us lifting another finger? Well, that's the best part. The moment the creator is done with our posts, it populates our content marketing database with all the new assets. Each post is set to pending. All we have to do is our one human job: approve the work. We just click the drop down and change the status to share. The second we do that, the content is officially in the queue. Our automated distribution system will pick up the next approved post, package it, and publish it across all our social channels. But the real strategy here is bigger than just one post. We're using a 2-slide carousel format as it significantly outperforms single images on platforms like Instagram. The first slide is an eye-catching visual hook to grab attention. The second is a clean, professional photo of the product. However, the real question isn't about the format. It's about how this system consistently creates authentic copy and visuals that are true to your specific brand without sounding like a generic robot. That's the magic behind this architecture. So stick around, because now I'm going to show you exactly how to build this system from the ground up and install your own unique brand DNA, creating an AI creative team that is always perfectly on brand. And to make this as easy as possible for you, I've bundled up this entire AI sales engine in my drive. Sign up using the link in the description, where you can download the n8n files and import them directly into your workspace, and have this powerful system up and running in minutes. Let's break down the components. It all starts with our command center, a dedicated Google Drive folder that acts as the entire brain for our AI. Inside this folder, we have 4 critical elements. First, the content marketing database, a Google Sheet where all our generated content lands. It has columns for the copy, the prompt, and most importantly, the visual and status columns that drive the automation. Second, the product catalog, another Google Sheet containing all the products we sell, along with their features, benefits, and marketing angles. Third, our voice of customer analysis. This is the system source of truth, a document containing the raw, unfiltered language of your market. Automating the creation of this document is a complete game changer in itself. So I've linked my full video on how to build that exact automation for you in the description below. And finally, 2 subfolders, one for our AI generated visuals and one for our product photos. Now, this next part is the most critical step for making the automated carousels work. After uploading your product photos, you need its unique file ID. To get it, right-click on the file, click Share, then copy link. Open up your product catalog, and in the product ID column, paste it next to its corresponding product. But delete everything except the long string of random characters in the middle. That's it. You've now created a direct, unbreakable link between a product in your catalog and its photo. This is the key that allows our automation to instantly find the correct product shot for every single post. So, we have all of our data organized, but how do the agents access it? That's where the MCP comes in. It's a dedicated n8n workflow that acts as a reliable data fetcher for our AI agents. First, you need to set up your Google credentials. This Google Drive node's job is to find the latest voice of customer analysis file in the folder we have just configured. It grabs its unique ID and then uses that ID to read the document's content using the Google Docs tool. This ensures that our strategist is always working with the latest market intelligence when developing campaign ideas. And right here, we connect our product catalog by choosing it in the drop-down menu. And you'll also have to do the same for your content marketing database. Now, let's talk about the team that makes this all work, the AI agents themselves. This is where the real strategy comes in. This system isn't one giant, confusing AI. It's a team of specialists, all living inside n8n as separate workflows. Let's start with the team captain, the content manager. This is the only agent we talk to directly through the chat interface. Its role is to be our project manager. It receives our instructions, understands our intent, and delegates the work to the right specialist. And here's how it's built. In the AI agent node, we give it its core identity. Inside the system prompt, I've defined its role as our strategic advisor and its context with all the specific brand information for black box vitamins. This is where you would customize the prompt with your own brand's DNA. The rest of the prompt is a rigid, logic-driven task list that tells it exactly how to manage the content creation workflow, from strategy to final delivery. Now, let's look at its tools. The manager has no direct skills of its own. It only has a connection to call its specialists. For the chat model, I've picked GPT 4.1, but you can use whichever model you prefer. Here's where you connect your own OpenAI account by adding your API key to the n8n credentials. Next, and this is crucial, we have the Think tool. This is the agent's internal monologue. Before it performs any action, the manager is forced to call this tool. In its description, we tell the agent to stop, analyze the conversation history, and determine the user's true intent. Is the user asking for new ideas? Are they approving a campaign? Or are they providing specific instructions to create something directly? This prevents the agent from getting stuck in a loop or taking the wrong action. This makes the entire system more robust and reliable. The last two tools are the most important, the content strategist and the content creator. And we call them with these execute workflow nodes. They act as the phone line to our specialists. Let's look at the content strategist tool setup. It has a simple description. Call this tool to get content ideas. But the most important part is the workflow dropdown. This is where you physically link this tool to the AI content strategist workflow we built separately. This connection is what allows the manager to call the strategist, pass it a query, and get 3 campaign blueprints in return. You do the exact same thing for the content creator tool, linking it to the AI content creator workflow. This modular setup is the core of the entire system. Next, the content strategist. When called, this agent reads all the data, our customer research, the product catalog, and the content marketing database over the MCP we configured, and finds the strategic intersections to build 3 campaign blueprints. Let's check the executions. Over the execute workflow node, it got the content manager's query. And for this part right here, debugging a chain of agents can be a nightmare. If the strategist is failing, you don't want to have to run the whole chat with the manager every single time to test it. So for each of your sub-agents, you add a manual trigger and a set node. In the set node, you can just paste a sample of the data it would normally receive from the manager. This lets you run and test each agent in complete isolation, making it 1,000 times easier to perfect its prompt. In the agent system prompt, you only have to switch out the brand to your own in the role section. The rest of the prompt are just instructions for the agent on how to do his job and what tools to call. To connect this agent to your MCP, click on its tool, go to your MCP server trigger, copy its production URL, and paste it right here. That's it. On the left side, you can see how the agent called the tools, and on the right, we have the information that was returned. And finally, the content creator, our artist and copywriter. It takes the single approved campaign from the manager and gets to work. But how do you make it sound like you? This is the most important part, the brand DNA profile. Inside the content creator's system prompt, I've built a detailed JSON object. This is the rulebook for the AI to write and create in our brand style. To create this for your business, just use ChatGPT or Gemini. Step 1. Feed it your data. Give it your website URL and 5 to 10 examples of your best marketing copy. Step 2. Feed it your visuals. Upload 5 to 10 images that perfectly capture your brand's aesthetic. Step 3. Give it a prompt like, based on the provided data, act as a brand strategist and create a detailed brand DNA profile in JSON format. Great, now you can copy and paste this directly into the content creator's system prompt. You've just trained your AI on your unique brand identity in under 5 minutes. The rest of the system prompt provides additional instructions on how to write, create, and use the MCP to fetch the product catalog, offering more context. And I've included a few output examples for reference. Once the creator generates its 3 posts, the workflow uses a split out node to break them into 3 separate items so we can process each one individually. From here, each post goes through the same assembly line. First, an HTTP request calls the GPT-Image 1 API to generate our visual. You need to paste in your OpenAI API key right here. And here we got the prompt's expression we took from the split out node. And here's where we define the quality as high. But when you're first building this out, I'd suggest putting it too low to save on API costs. And we set the dimension to square. Next, a convert to file node turns that data into a usable PNG file. Then we got a Google Drive upload node to get our new images into our visuals folder, which you have to connect right here. And finally, to save everything, a Google Sheets node takes all that information and saves it into our content marketing database. We get the values from the split out node except for the visual. Here we use the WebView link we get from our Google Drive upload node. And we set the status to pending. Great, now in our database, if we switch the status from pending to share, it's ready to get processed by our automated content distribution system. And this is the workflow right here that takes our approved content and pushes it out to all our socials. A schedule trigger that runs automatically every morning at 9 a.m. You can configure it to your preferred upload schedule. I've set it up to run daily, but you can be creative with the intervals you choose here. When it runs, it first reads our content marketing database to find any row where the status is turned to share. This is our human approval gate. Nothing gets published without it. Next, the data hits a limit node set to 1. This is a critical safety measure to ensure that the system only publishes one post per run. Now the workflow assembles our carousel. It uses 2 Google Drive download nodes. The first one grabs the AI-generated visual using its URL, which we got from the content marketing sheet. I've named the output Photo 1. And for the second one, and this is where the earlier setup pays off, it downloads the product photo. It uses the product ID from our sheet, which is the unique file ID for that product's photo. This is the trick that makes the automatic carousels possible. And this output's name is Photo 2. With both images downloaded, we use this HTTP node to publish them. For that, we're using a tool that is a complete game changer for this kind of work. The service is called Upload Post, and its pricing is just unbeatable. You can start with 10 free posts a month, but the real power is in their first paid plan. For about $11 a month, you get 120 uploads. That's enough capacity to run a daily content strategy across 4 different social platforms. I've placed my affiliate link for them in the description, and it's a fantastic way to support the channel at no extra cost for you. To set it up, simply click the link in the description and create an account. Then go to Manage Users and add a user. Here you can simply connect to any of these platforms. After that, go to API keys, create a new one, copy that and paste it right here. For the username, choose the user you just created an upload post. The title doesn't really matter since it's not visible. And for the description, we grab our copy. And the last 2 parameters are for our visuals. Once the post is live, one final step happens. An update row node finds the row we just published and changes its status from share to published. This closes the loop, preventing the same post from ever being published twice and keeping our database perfectly in sync. One last thing, I've only set it up for Instagram, but if you want to share it on more platforms, you just need to copy and paste that HTTP node, wire it up, and for the platform, change it to X, TikTok, or LinkedIn. But if you want to upload to Facebook, you need to add an extra parameter called Facebook_page_ID with your Facebook account's ID right here. And now for the final, and maybe the most shocking part, the cost. Let's run the numbers for a full month. 30 unique posts, all published across 4 platforms. Your total cost for the entire month comes out to around $22. It breaks down to just 18 cents for every single published post. Compare that to the cost of an agency, a freelancer, or even 1 hour of your own time. The ROI is astronomical. Alright, this next part is for the serious builders here. I know exactly what happens after this tutorial ends. You get inspired, you take this blueprint and you dive in to adapt it for your own unique project. And that's where you get stuck. Suddenly, you're spending days trying to debug a custom API call, questioning your entire workflow structure, or getting useless advice from a chatbot. It's that frustrating, lonely feeling of being stuck on a problem you know has a solution if you just had someone to ask. you shouldn't have to build alone. That's why I'm creating a private community. It's the only place where I become your personal automation strategist, giving you personalized workflow reviews and helping you architect your most ambitious projects. You get access to a library of exclusive templates and content that I won't share anywhere else. It's not open yet, but as a thank you for being here, I've opened up a founding member list. This is the only way you can get a permanent lifetime 50% discount. This offer will not exist on launch day. The link is the very first one in the description. It's free to join the list and it's the only way to get the deal. Click it now before I close it down. If this video was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe. And feel free to drop a comment below if any questions come up. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.